everybody, welcome to Get Busy Watching! I lost my voice, so if I sound hoarse, I deeply apologize. Welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Welcome to part 1 of my rapid fire for all the movies that I saw in February. Let's get started. Ki Hui Kwan is a realtor who gets pulled back into the life of an assassin that he left behind to protect his love interest who wants money from the people they escaped from. Oh my god, this was dog shit. I wanted to walk out of the theater so bad. This is trying desperately to be a Jackie Chan movie and royally failing, lacking any of the finesse needed to pull that off. Kwan is absolutely trying and is the best part of this movie. But it's not enough. The script feels like it's AI generated. Rose wants her life back, but never really clarifies what that means, especially when we later learn that she wanted out of that life. She does not respect Marvin's new normal life, making me wonder why Marvin cared for this woman at all, and is thoroughly unlikable. Marvin and his brother have wildly different accents, making me wonder how and why they're brothers at all. And the directing is atrocious, with so many action scenes failing to be entertaining or funny. I am so grateful that I saw Hard Eyes before this, the superior Valentine's Day movie. Hard pass on this. My honest rating for Love Hurts, a 1 out of 5.
This little 4-foot nothing ass spider monkey ninja got hopped.
Amy Schumer fakes being pregnant so people will like her, because Netflix will just let anyone make anything on their platform. I apologize to all the Netflix rom-coms. Even the worst of you are not this bad. Isn't it agreed upon that faking a pregnancy is one of the great cardinal sins for women? Didn't Crazy Ex-Girlfriend literally dedicate an entire episode to how fucked up that shit is? I guess I shouldn't find it so astonishing that one of the least funny women in comedy would find it funny that a woman would go around faking a pregnancy so that she could feel special without facing any real consequences for it, would find such an idea to be funny. It hurts too, because I was starting to like Jillian Bell after Britney runs a marathon. Not a single chuckle, chortle, or snicker. At least, not in relation to the movie. It's dog shit with no redeeming value. Someone stop this woman from having a career. My honest rating for Kinda Pregnant, a 1 out of 5.
How dare you walk around with that fake fucking belly?
What am I gonna do?
Michael and Gary are rival shepherds who take their bitter feud to dramatic levels that might cost them more than they intended. This was solid. I think there is some information that isn't made clear, but overall, I think it's a gripping thriller. The one weakness is how little we actually see of Gary's financial struggles. There's so much talk about a bridge that needs fixing, the source of his woes, but I don't think we ever see it. With that said, the plot is structured in a compelling way. It's split in 2 perspectives. First showing Michael's point of view, then shifting into Gary's son's point of view, played by Barry Keoghan, by the way. His story recontextualizes a lot of what's been presented, and then shit really hits the fan by the climax. The acting is superb. The direction, the writing, it all works to create a nail-biting thriller that's sure to keep you engaged to the end. Definitely one to check out if you're into this kind of thing. Recommended. My honest rating for Bring Them Down, a 4 out of 5.
Hey! What's this? These are the 2 animals you told me were dead.
Paddington and the Brown family go on an adventure to search for Aunt Lucy, who went missing in the Amazon, to look for El Dorado. Definitely the weakest of these movies, but absolutely no less charming or cute. It veers a little too hard into cartoonish silliness that I felt was more reserved in the previous flicks. Adventure tropes that you can find literally in any jungle-faring kids movie, and some other bobs and ends that no longer make sense in a third installment. But looking past that, the acting is sublime. Even Olivia Colman's unsettlingly creepy smile won me over as the plot progressed. Paddington is the same lovable little bear, Antonio Banderas is goofily likable, and I'm not gonna lie, the ending got me a little teary-eyed. It's definitely worth checking out if you have kids or are a kid inside. My honest rating for Paddington in Peru, a 4 out of 5.
You can take the bear out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the bear.
The new Captain America tries to figure out who's been mind-controlling people to kill President Han Solo. This feels like it was an unused Incredible Hulk 2 movie, and then they just put Cap as the protagonist. You'll never convince me it isn't. We learn what happened to Samuel Stern. Red Hulk has all but 10 minutes of screen time and even a real quick cameo from Liv Tyler. Captain America feels out of place in his own movie. Before you ask, no, Giancarlo Esposito doesn't have much to do. The action is mostly bland outside of the battle around the Celestial and the fight against Red Hulk. But in a 2-hour flick, that's not enough good action. The acting is fair, Mackey's solid, but Ford steals the show. Is it the worst that the MCU has made? No, but it's not great either. Viewer beware. My honest rating for Captain America Brave New World, a 3 out of 5.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
A father travels to Italy to talk his daughter out of renovating a rundown villa, only to find potential romance with the town mayor helping her. Oh, thank baby Jesus, a Netflix rom-com that doesn't suck. I mean, it has its tropes, but those I like. What stood out to me first was how charming and likable the main cast is. While definitely giving off Hallmark vibes, as all these Netflix rom-coms do, something about them just has that extra bit of garlic that added a little zip. The story could have gone in the obvious direction of not liking each other, then dating, then the third act breakup, but getting back together in the climax, but not a single one of those things happened. Well, the breakup did, but not from a lame misunderstanding. There is a rival romantic interest, but that was handled pretty well for the most part. Subverting all that elevated this a lot. If you need a date movie that won't leave you cringing for 90 minutes, this is not a bad way to go. My honest rating for La Dolce Via, a 4 out of 5.
Cioccolato, per favore.
You're Italian in some.
It's in process, yes.
American, son.
A TV producer has to marry a contestant on his late father's show to get his inheritance, but may have found true romance with his assistant. This was so close to being good, and in some ways it is, but it drops the ball hard. The two leads are charming and have solid chemistry with each other. When the script is well written, it has its poignant moments. Despite the lack of surprises in its 2-hour runtime, which I felt, it's still compelling enough to want to sit and see how things turn out. The problems are entirely in the way the story is structured, and I can't tell if more or less time was needed. The contestant that the guy is supposed to marry gets very little screen time, so I wasn't invested in her. The story randomly becomes a survival romantic drama for a while, when I feel like things didn't need to go in that dramatic a direction, and the final act was rushed and kind of fell flat. It's not the rom-com for the ages, but it's solid enough to watch with your mom. My honest rating for The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, a 3 out of 5.
Kamu udah punya calon istri. Kamu udah pilih di depan jutaan penonton Indonesia. Itu mau diapain? Kamu mau batalin?
On the eve of their wedding, a bride and groom's wedding plans are disregarded as the groom's overbearing, hyper-traditional parents take over. Oh my god, they're just getting worse. Why do rom-coms suck nowadays? Just why, God? If you've seen a wedding-based comedy, you can probably guess what the plot is. Happy couple. The bride's parents hate the groom. The groom's parents want a weird wedding that caters to their old-ass traditions that no one follows. But the groom is too much of a bitch to say anything. And things just arbitrarily get worse for the pair until there's a third act, are we really getting married moment? Matilda Karlstrom fares better than Charlie Gustafsson, but neither are especially bad. But their characters are such morons that I couldn't understand what they saw in each other. The ending could have worked in a better movie, but ultimately means nothing. I've seen worse, but dear Lord, I am so scared of what else Netflix has to offer. Kill me now. My honest rating for Love Forever, a weak 3 out of 5.
Alla kvinnor har bärat den här på sitt bröllop i min släkt i 3 generationer.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for my part 2 for all the movies that I saw in February. Hit that like or dislike button. All engagement is welcomed. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. And as always, have a great day, stay safe and healthy out there, and hope to see you soon.